everyone, and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars Rebels Misson Series number 2 C-3PO and R2-D2. Here's a look at the packaging. Alright y'all, so both of these are brand new figures, have never been offered before, and they are based on the characters' appearance in Star Wars Rebels. Now initially I was kind of on the fence about picking up this set, because frankly the figures are a little bit lackluster, but hey, I figured if I'm going to collect Rebels through and through, I better go ahead and get 3PO and R2, because hey, you know, in general Rebels and Misson Series figures have been very, very hard to find. So yeah, the basic design is there. Like C-3PO, he definitely looks recognizable as his character, but you know, there is a little bit of difference there, you know, with the Rebels design. R2, on the other hand, looks very much like R2 has always looked. Paint job on both of these figures is pretty minimal. I think on 3PO, you know, it's a little bit lackluster, but on R2, it's not too bad. Alright, so here's a look at C-3PO, and I know a lot of y'all are going to look at it and be like, hey, that's kind of lame looking. You know what, maybe it kind of is, but hey, it's based off the Rebels design, so you know it is going to be different from what we're used to seeing. I don't think it's terrible, but it's definitely not great. The eyes on it are pretty good, because if you look at this figure, you know, at retail, more often than not, it seems like the eyes are pretty wacky. Fortunately, I found one that was actually quite good at Toys R Us, so that's what I went with. The paint job on it is kind of like a honey Dijon, like mustard kind of sauce look. There's also like a little bit of a metallic look to it. It's very, very subtle, but I mean, if you look there at his coloring, you know, you can definitely see that there's a little bit of like metallic flakes in it. But I mean, the figure is very, very, very simple. There's not a whole lot to him. You can see some more like metallic kind of paint there in his midsection, which is a little bit weird looking. And then, of course, his silver leg that he had in the original trilogy. But, I mean, his proportions are very, very slender. He's very narrow for a figure of 3PO, and there's no gaps right there in the little bands that connect his biceps to his forearms, interestingly. The underside of his hands are also black, you know, just solid black. Not a whole lot of detail in there either. In the way of articulation, as you guessed it, he has a swivel at the head, he has swivels at the shoulders, and then swivels at the hips. So like I mentioned with R2, he doesn't look too far different from what we're used to seeing of him. In fact, there's really little to him that I can see that's specifically Rebels. I mean, nothing really jumps out to me, so I think this could serve dual duty as, you know, just any other R2 figure in your collection. The sculpt is quite nice for him. The paint is quite minimal, but of the paint that he does have, I think the dome looks particularly nice. You know, it has that aluminum look without being overly shiny or without them having to resort to using chrome. The shade of blue and silver that they used looks to be dead on to what we saw in the films. It looks quite good, I think. There's not a whole lot down here for the wiring at his feet, but I mean, generally he looks quite good. In terms of articulation, he has a swivel at the head. It's a little bit loose feeling. And then he has swivels at both of his legs. So very minimalistic, but you know, I think it gets the job done. Alright everyone, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Star Wars Rebels Misson Series number 2 C-3PO and R2-D2. This set came out toward the end of 2014, and you know, for the most part, I mean, I think it's an okay set. You know, it looks a little bit lousy, and you know, perhaps it is. But for C-3PO, I mean, he definitely fits in within the Rebels animation. I'm not a huge fan of the way his like lower ear thingies project, kind of giving him like a Frankenstein monster type look. But R2 I think is actually quite nice looking. The paint on him is really good. And if you can get past the fact that, you know, he doesn't have a whole lot of articulation, then he's not too bad. Thanks for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.